Hey, beautiful people, it's Nicole here. Welcome to Liv Luv Lux, manifesting the life unlimited. Thank you for joining me today. I have an exciting show. Okay, it's not that exciting. No, it's super exciting because what I'm about to share with you today is going to change your manifesting game. It is going to pump it up to the next level. So here's the thing. Let's get critical. Let's get judgmental, if you will, because that is one of the biggest things that blocks your manifestations, whether you realize it or not. Whenever you are critical or judgmental of others, you are really being critical and judgmental of, drum roll, yourself. So you can't manifest with a critical and judgmental viewpoint. Okay, I take that back. You can manifest with it, but it makes it a lot harder. Why? Okay, so we've been talking about everyone is you pushed out. Everyone is yourself pushed out. And the big realization that I brought up in the last episode about how, how if you don't like yourself, if you don't accept yourself, if you don't value and trust yourself, it's a lot harder to push that out, or that's exactly what you're pushing out. And it's a lot harder to manifest things like people into your life when you are pushing out negative perceptions of yourself, because they're going to take on those assumptions and perceptions of that. And not only that, they are going to show up like you assume them to show up. So being critical of someone, throw it out the window. Being judgmental, throw it out the window. You have to step into the state of acceptance, because being accepting, allowing people to show up in a better way is really going to make it easier for you in the long run. Now, you say, how do I be more accepting? If I have my values and the things that I believe, how do I just take those off like an old coat? That's exactly what you do. You take them off like an old coat. Because first of all, if you are into this and you are really studying and trying to transition into a mindset of manifesting, then you know that you can change people, that you know that how people show up is how you assume they will show up. So for example, if you have somebody in your life who's showing up, they're lazy, maybe they're not pulling their weight. Well, you're assuming that about them. Anytime you go into a situation, you're bringing the history of that person with you. You have to start thinking of that person better. No, they are not lazy. They are industrious. They are enterprising. They're not lazy. They do care about their appearance. They do care about life. They do care about other things other than, they're not selfish. You have to start looking at people in a different way. Now, that's not easy. Don't get me wrong. That is not easy, but it has to do with compassion, right? Because you have to start thinking from a standpoint of, I want compassion. I give compassion. I live in a compassionate world. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Give people chances, because most of the time it is your perception pushed out, honestly. When you start to change your perception and you start to change your reality of the type of world that you want to live in and then the type of world that you actually live in, people will start showing up differently. Sometimes it's scary. It's like night and day. The other day I had a situation where I was taking my daughters to a program, and one of the ladies in the program always ice grilled me every time I would walk in there, and always ice grilled me. And I'm like, oh my God, why is she ice grilling me like that? What, I'm like, okay. And then I said, you know what? Stop, drop and roll. No, stop and think about this. Next, when I go in there, she accepts me for who I am. She likes me. She accepts me. She likes me. I just started thinking that. Didn't think of it. Next time I went in there, I was doing something and she actually came over and she smiled and said something pleasant to me. And I was like, whoa. Now, again, I manifested this. So, like I said, whenever you manifest stuff, it's always going to be like, oh, well, logically, maybe she was having a bad day those days. No, I manifested that. And she's nice to me. She likes me. We're cool. No more ice grills. Night and day. That's what you can do with not being critical and not being judgmental. You can change how people show up in your life. You can change how people treat you. Remember that changing your state, changing your reality is really about stepping into a different way of looking at things and a different way of living. So it's not going to be necessarily it's not going to be something that you're used to. I mean, that's the reality. And that's the point. You don't want to be used to it. You want new realities, new experiences. You want things that don't make you feel miserable and unhappy about your life and what you're doing. So do the work and create a reality that you want to exist in, where there isn't criticism and judgment. The law of attraction and manifesting intentionally invites you to imagine and create the world that you want to live in. Now, you can do this on a micro level, which is the level of your own existence, your family, your friends, your community, your environment. You can do it on a macro level. I have intentions that, I intend for us to be a peaceful nation. I intend for us to have wise leaders. I mean, I do intentions that are on a macro level because why not? If I can change my reality that's right around me, why can't I change the world? Think big. We are creators. If you follow any type of religion and you understand the verse that we are made after God's image, what in the world do you think that means? I mean, if you think about it, God is invisible. So we're not talking about a physical image. We're talking about the power to create. We have been given the creative ability. We do that. We have children. That's creating life. But we also do that by taking our imagination and reimagining what our world looks like. So that's kind of the foundation for what I'm saying to you. Criticism and judgment, though, it takes those things away. Because let's really be honest. Anything that we're judging or criticizing, we don't fully understand. We're just going on the outside appearances. If you want to go into a level where we're not using everyone as you pushed out, but you're just trying to understand the concept. If you think about it, none of us have awareness of what is in other people's minds. So we don't need to be judging their outside appearances and their outside behavior. Now, this is not a statement to say, leave yourself open. This is a statement to say that when you focus on what you want versus focusing on what you don't want, you are more likely to get more of what you do want. And that is the whole point. Because we can sit here, we can turn this into a complain fest and I can tell you about my boo-boos and you can tell me about your boo-boos and we can all boo-boo it up together, right? But guess what? What does that solve? What I've just given you some of my misery and then you just gave me some of your misery. Now we're commiserating. No thanks. I'll pass on that. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt. I don't want it. No, thank you. So I'm saying if you want to step up the game with manifestation, one of the things that you can do internally today, tonight, is just make an intention to be less critical, to be less judgmental, to have an attitude of acceptance, an attitude of allowing, an attitude of understanding. So what's this going to do internally? When you go out into your reality, you're going to start catching yourself because again, you're hurting you. I mean, that's the point. You are judging you. You are criticizing yourself. And why don't we be nicer to ourselves? This intention is going to give your subconscious the signal, hey, she wants to work on this now. So let's work on it. So you're going to find yourself in situations, which I said, you're always going to be tested. You're going to find yourself in situations where it's going to come right up in your face, the opportunity to be critical and judgmental. And you're going to have the opportunity to not do it, to turn your mind away from it, to flip the coin, flip the script and say, I could do something like I normally do, like gossip about this person. I could do something like treat this person like crap based on what my perception is. But instead, I'm going to accept them for who they are and what they are. And I'm going to keep my words to myself because ultimately I am hurting myself. So that is the show for today. Really excited. this year starting off, and it's great. I'm really excited about the future of Liv Luv Lux. So if you are interested in some in-personal coaching, I have different tiers, different packages, and different conversations we can have. I'm here. I'm available. I'm taking clients for February at this moment. You can sign up on my website, livlovlux.com. That's LIVLUVLUX.com. And I am available. I am at your disposal. You can always ask me questions. Shoot me a question. You got an issue, you got a problem, you want somebody to look at it. I'm here for that as well. So thank you for joining me. This has been Liv Luv Lux, Manifesting the Life Unlimited. I'm your lovely, lovely host, Nicole. Welcome to your life.